Hello everyone, welcome to the Global Filipino Magazine, and this episode is really special because of someone parang ang tagal namin hindi nakita, but there's this reason why he comes back to the Global Filipino Magazine, pays a visit with a special mission. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about a person who is so famous in the Filipino community, Marion.
Hi,
Marion, what's your complete name?
Marion Joseph Tuangco.
Ayun, ang yaman ng tunog, no?
Matulog lang.
How have you been doing?
I've been doing well. How about you?
That's good to know.
Good.
Yeah, we're good.
The pandemic had hit us quite hard, but nagba-bounce back. It's very good, yeah.
You know, you were too busy, and it's good that you find, this precious time joining us.
Oh no, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I have been not silently. I've been actively following your magazine and everything.
Nung na-receive ko yung call, I know that there's a very important reason that we're going to stick with one another today. So it's kwento ng tagumpay, Marion.
Okay.
When you say success, I want your personal description about it.
Wow, success for me is peace of mind. Knowing that you're doing something productive without, how do you say in Tagalog? Wala kang tinatapak ng ibang tao. That for me is success.
Yeah.
When you reach a certain goal, knowing that malinis ang konsensya mo, wala kang nilolokong tao, that for me is success. Yeah. So you achieve maybe physical wealth or emotional
It's
wealth.
not all about
It's not all about money.
finances and everything.
Let's be realistic. Most people would equate success to finances. And needless to say that it's true. But for me, an added bonus is more of peace of mind. Yung naglalakad ka sa daan, tas nakano ka lang, relax ka, wala ka kasing kaaway.
Kamusta yung isang maghapon ni Marion? What are you, an early person, a rising person, or?
Yes, now, but before no. I would wake up early, like around 6, 7 a.m. So I could try to squeeze in some workout to get my juices flowing. And then it's gonna be a chaotic, hectic day after. Like I have meetings back to back, have client conversations. But
before anything else, I love what you have done with your, with your being fit.
Thank you.
Please share with us the formula, because I myself sometimes I have created my plans.
Okay.
But too lazy for me to get to go to the gym, and I have some medications to take that would I believe would help me stay fit. But sometimes because of the requirement of work, your case.
I'm not too positive I'm the best person to give an advice when it comes to physical, because hello, but
you're needing something.
Yeah,
someone who has
what I've done is I really became a little bit more strict about my diet. I do work out intensively, but then again I do cardio a little. Now a little bit more, and then I try to limit my carbs intake. But I still give myself one bucket of rice.
Because health is wealth.
Health is wealth, definitely. Pandemic reminded us that. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So before we finally move on to this wonderful news that we are going to talk about and discuss, let's allow us to bring you back to the Philippines when you were not yet still here, when you were not yet in Dubai. What made you decide to leave the Philippines? Ano ba yung pinagkakaabalahan ng isang Marion sa Pilipinas? Why did you opt to travel to Dubai and work? And tell us more about yourself.
Wow, where do we even begin? I was born in Quezon City, the Philippines. I grew up, a big part of my formative years, if you will, is in Baguio City. Yes, Baguio City. I studied in St. Louis. And then for my career, I started in the call center industry, eventually leading towards owning my own call center. But then I had to leave it behind. So I transferred to Dubai because I just thought that it would be an advantage for my age, my drive, all these things. But in the Philippines, it was relatively successful, but you have to understand, I used to live in Riverside. If you guys are familiar, it's in Quezon City. It's really shanty. Ano yun? It's a place where I would pass wet market. And then before I reach my...
Hindi naman.
But it is like, and then I I would run after ordinary bus just to get to school. Yeah, I would, you know, in the middle of the road in Riverside near Kowa, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
I would go like, try to run after a bus.
Okay.
Yeah, just so I can squeeze in and I would not be late for school. I went to a public school called Ramon Magsaysay in Cubao for about 2 years. So, and then after that, studied college and broadcasting English, mass communication. And then I transferred to Dubai. I've been here for a very good time now. I've dealt with...
You still remember your first job?
Oh yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, this is the first time I'm gonna tell this story. I'm sorry. No, okay. My family is here. So my first job, it's related to that. My first job is I was a sales executive for a training center. Very good training center. I was a business development / sales executive. It was difficult for me to come home. So what I would do is I would sleep in the office.
Why?
Because, you know, I didn't have a lot of money.
Okay.
I didn't know how to transport myself from my home to the office. So there are times where I will just sit in my office and just do this and sleep the whole night. And then they come and like, okay, you're early. What they didn't know is I didn't come home.
Really?
Yeah.
How long were you able to, you know,
Sustain that?
Yeah.
Well, for a while. That and it's a big factor because my home didn't have internet in Satwa. It didn't have internet. So the office did, and I did have to do a lot of work. So I stayed in the office. Doon talaga ako matutulog. But you know, it's very random.
What about your parents? Were not they looking after you?
No, they were. My parents, my family are very generous. It's just that I'm a very goal-driven person myself.
Okay.
If it means that I have to sacrifice, you know, not being on a bed or hindi ako comfortable na nakahiga sa
Ano
kama.
talaga sa Dubai?
6 years.
6 years, and what you love most about this country?
Oh, the energy.
Yeah.
Really, the energy here is just, and the possibilities. You
Yeah.
know, I often say this: if you don't use your talents, and if you're not earning from it, you're doing something wrong. There's a lot of opportunities in this country, and so long as you're a law-abiding citizen, you're doing it right, you'll definitely find your niche.
Wow!
It's energy
from you. Okay, what about nightlife? Are you into it?
Oh no, I'm heavy on church, so I don't do nightlife. I really don't have a lot of time. See, after a full day of like this, towards the end of the night, I do go to church, whether face-to-face or online, so I'm really involved in that heavily. So anytime prior to sleeping, I'm on church.
What other activities that you do apart from, you know, being on a church, doing your errands, and paano mo kina-compensate yung yung sarili mo, aside from the gym, you know?
I watch movies online. That's my downtime. Yeah, really,
Kasi if we would look at you, di ba, parang outgoing, ready to, you know, a lot of things that, very luxurious things.
Oh, no, not at all.
Di ba?
Yeah. You know, I'm a hard bargain person. If I find a bargain, I go for it. For example, I can relate really. For example, if you tell me, magkano po yan? And you say, 20 dirhams, mahal naman.
Talaga?
Yeah, I do that. Like, pwede mo bang 10? And then it's like, what? But I do that. The thing is, I don't go out simply because the whole day is already draining. People take your energy, and you give out so much energy. So when you come home, you'd rather just take that for yourself. So I rarely go out. If I do, it's just for dinner or coffee, and then I come back home. The other things that I do, I like talking to people. Like, believe me, I would pass by. Wow, yes. Good thing. I would pass by an overpass, and if I see someone there, I'd start a conversation. How was your day? Or
sabi nga nila minsan parang kang snob, di ba? But of course, when you get to speak with Marion, nako, ikaw na yung susuko kasi ang dami niya kwento.
Yes, he told me that. Yeah, he told me that countless times. Even my friends would say.
Okay, let's talk about this wonderful news that you are bringing to our kababayans. You'll benefit this, I think.
Sure.
This is migration to somewhere else.
Yes. Fortunately, we have a company called Reliance Global Human Resources. We are a focus group, meaning we are a one-stop shop for those who want to work and transfer to United Kingdom. as senior carers or a nurse. Now, we have built a process, like a journey, to explain the whole phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, leading towards the actual flight. So when we say one-stop shop, it's because on an assessment, when we do one-on-one assessment, we will ask you questions. And if the answer is yes, you go to stage 2. But if the answer is no, here comes the one-stop shop. We send you for training, whatever it is. So for example, we train for certification, we train for IELTS, the English, the English facility that they would need. We also would train them for OJT, on-job training, that is required. And then documentation. All these processes would require certificates.
The country we're talking about here is UK.
United Kingdom, yes.
United Kingdom,
Yes.
no? But there are so many kababayans who are interested to be, to migrate to different places.
Yeah.
But ang lagi nilang iniisip is, baka mabigat yung requirements, di ba? That they should have this, they should be a graduate of this course. It's a point system, I believe. And ano ba yung mga factors that might hinder their dreams of, working abroad?
Good question.
Requirements. Is it affordable, di ba? Do we need family, relatives, or support from? Let's talk about it.
Sure.
Enlighten us.
That is a very good question. You are representing your your crowd really well, your audiences. First off, is there any specific requirement? Like for example, do they need to have caregiving or CNA or whatever certificate? The answer is yes and no. Yes or no. Yes being if you have it, great, we're gonna need it. If you don't have it, we're gonna train you. So so if you don't have a certificate, then we do have affiliate institutions where we can send you. They will certify you. That's number 1. The IELTS, the English proficiency tests. If you've taken the test before, that means you've already taken the review. Then you can just give it to us and we can put it under your profile.
So it goes without saying that your agency is also assisting those people who might have incomplete or weak weak application.
Yes.
No?
Again, you're asking the right question. Because not a lot of people can pick up on that. You're good. So, for example, when we do assessments, we then have boxes like, do you have certificate? Yes, no. It then totals to an actual number. For example, you're about 50% higher, desirable in terms of being hired. So from there, we can identify, you need to be trained, we'll send you. You need to review for IELTS, we'll send you. You need to go take the exam, we'll send you. So our consultancy company actually identifies the challenges in your application and actually sits down with you and say, okay, this is our next step. You need to finish this. This is your timeline. This is where you go. We assist them like, actual applicants that should go to the United Kingdom.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the financial obligation of an applicant. How much do they need to prepare? It's not the exact amount, but when we speak about the monetary requirement, is it cash basis or do you pay it on the staggered system?
Yes.
Tell us more about this.
I understand this because a lot of our candidates, we're OFW, we're overseas Filipino workers, responsibilities. So what we've done with our company is we've allowed it in a way that the payment are in installments every end of the month. And it's very doable because what we've done is, for example, we do have a total amount. We divided that equally into 6 to 7 months, really depending on your capability. So long as we can work with it, we will. The reason why we did that is because our candidates and ourselves, we have the same goal, which is to eventually, ultimately, send them to work in the United Kingdom as a senior carer. And we cannot be the reason for them not to achieve that, maybe on a financial standpoint. I can sit down there and say, no, you have to pay or else. Or I can say, okay, this is the payment arrangement, this is the installment feature, work on it. What do you prefer? So we would rather be on the second than the first.
Okay.
We want to be able to provide as much as possible the opportunity for people to go to the UK.
Wonderful. Last question, Marion. Let's talk about the...
Why?
I'm
just enjoying. Yeah.
You can have part.
No,
Don't worry. who are the people, who are these people who can be eligible for these vacancies or applications or job opportunities that you have?
There are two, well, when we're talking about whether or not you have experience, that's definitely a plus. When we're talking about experience, are you a former caregiver or a current caregiver or a CNA or a nurse, right?
Okay.
So if you are current, that's great. If you are still studying, that's okay. If you haven't studied, that's fine. Like I said, we do have categories to box you in where we can either send you for training or you already did the whole course, right? So anybody who would prefer to go to the UK as their level up in terms of their career, then we can accept them. Yeah.
Give us a tip on just how long will be the process of
Sure, good question.
This
about give or take 1 to 8 months at
because
minimum.
we have our original plans, and probably these people who are listening to us and viewing us right now might be interested, and then just like bring it in. So I think how long do they need to to process their
about 1 to 8 months.
See, 1 to 8 months, 2 years, one contract. If you sign one contract to a new employer, then I think while working, you're waiting.
We have a lot of clients like that, a lot. The thing about it is, for example, 6 years. How long have you been here?
8, 9,
right? The goal in the UK is not just to work, but obviously there are benefits to working there. For example, citizenship, right? So that will take about 4 to 5 years before you can get it. Can you imagine if you've used your 5 years out of 8, or my 5 years out of 6? But again, this country is amazing. It's fabulous. It now depends on your priority in your life. Where are you in your career? Most of our clients are those who are either single parents, or with children, with dependents, or those who are breadwinners in their countries. When I say countries, because we accept pretty much everybody, but we do have a cap on the number of people we would allow in a monthly basis.
Okay, that's good. So namin kayo matatagpuan?
Our office currently is here in Alariga in Dubai. But we're looking for other offices. Hopefully we'll open one in Abu Dhabi very soon.
Wow.
And then we are going to post where you guys can find us. We're trying to accommodate as much people. So we're going to put a lot more facilities in our office.
Okay. Invite everyone, our kababayans who are watching right now, to visit your office. And diba?
Okay, well, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Again, if you're interested to go to the United Kingdom, to work as a senior carer, open close parentheses, caregiver or CNA, or as a nurse, you can visit Reliance Global Human Resources Consultancies Facebook page. Our numbers are there, or our website, and then our team will send you a link. Just click that, and then that's the first step, and we'll get in touch with you.
Thank you very much. Ayan, you can like, share, and share this video, and marami tayong matutulungan mga kababayan through this very generous person beside me. Thank you very much, Marion, for coming over and visiting us and bringing the good news. Bye everyone. God bless and stay safe.
Bye.